All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the stock market update. It is Thursday, May the 12th, and wow, there is a lot to talk about. Yesterday, the Nasdaq crashed more than 3% because the CPI inflation report came in worse than expected, but also the 10-year yield dropped below 3%. On the other hand, crude oil jumped 5% yesterday. We'll take a look at this. Apple is no longer the world's most valuable company. Tesla loses more than 8%. Bitcoin drops more than 10% overnight. And today we have an important jobless claims report and the producer price index. So as you can see, there's a lot going on. So but before we dive in and show you what's moving the markets, if this is your first time here, hi, I'm Markus Heitkoetter. This super smart guy is my head coach, Markus. And together we have more than 47 years of trading experience. Every morning we sift through a mountain of news websites, newsletters, and reports, and then we take the most important news and go live right here to share with you what you need to know as you head into your trading day. If this is your first time here, it can be a little bit overwhelming, but don't worry. We have a special video just for you that I will link to in the description, and that's a great place to get started. But before we take a look at the charts and how we are trading the markets, Mark, we have kind of some good news, bad news, because next week, we will not be able to do a stock market update. So next week, we're taking a break because we are both heading to Europe. We are actually trading with our mastermind in Germany, and you're going to Paris next week, right?
Yeah, I'll be in Paris for a couple of days before I get to Germany. So looking forward to that.
All right, I'm going to Germany visiting my family, and then the week after, when we trade with our mastermind, we will be back live right here with you. So next week, no stock market update. We will miss you. Hope that you miss us. Anyhow, some other news. Tomorrow morning, we are doing some live trading here on this channel right after the stock market update. So basically, tomorrow we have a little bit more than an hour. So special edition, meaning that we are going out with a bang before we are taking a week-long break while we are traveling and enjoying a vacation here. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video, I don't know, do whatever you need to do so that you're here tomorrow morning, because the markets are definitely crazy, Mark, aren't they? I mean,
Hey, you got to do some live trading on Friday the 13th. Why not?
that's the best day to do this. That's the best day to do it, right? Especially, okay, is it time to fly rescue missions? Is it time to sell puts? Is it time to sell calls? Is it time to stop trading and just sit on the sidelines? So all of this we will talk about tomorrow in detail. So we'll show you exactly what we usually do with our mastermind members when we tell you, okay, we got to jump over to our mastermind members tomorrow. We will be here with you and doing this here together live. Okay. Want to take a look at charts?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I brought up the S&P 500 here. So yesterday, again, sliding down. Yesterday, down 1.6%.
Gosh, buyers just have not stepped in. Yesterday, if you go to a 5-minute chart, there was a little bit of a rally. We knew the CPI number just really wasn't hot. They're not helping things, but a little bit of a bounce as we opened and then going sideways, but then selling off in lunch. Eventually, a little blip in the afternoon, but closing near session lows.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what we right now see across the board. So S&P down, Nasdaq down, a little bit more than 3%. The Dow down, a little bit more than 1%. But here is the really, really surprising thing. You would think that now everybody is buying bonds, but the 10-year yield yesterday also down yesterday, even down this morning. And I mean, it doesn't matter where you look, even if you look at gold. So gold futures, no, so that's the wrong one. Let me go to the gold futures right here. As we can see, over the last few days, also down. Then in a moment, we'll talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, but it's pretty much across all asset classes.
You're absolutely right, Marcus. I mean, the 10-year yield down for 3 days straight, and then today it's down again 3%. So that's looking like 4 days. So on one hand, this is positive, but there just hasn't been that buying in stocks to really a relief rally where people now look at new valuations, considering opportunity here because things have gotten beaten up.
Yeah. Yesterday, crude oil was up, and this was kind of good news because the reason why crude oil jumped up 5% yesterday was because there were some news of China that maybe some of the COVID restrictions would be eased. And this means more demand from China, which is one of the biggest importers of crude oil. And this is why crude oil jumped 5%. But this morning also pulling back here a little bit.
It appears to be the case.
Yeah. So, I mean, where does the money go? If it goes out of everything, is it going into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? there were some news about Bitcoin, because if we take a look at a 5-minute chart here, I mean, Bitcoin was really slumping overnight. I mean, we got to measure this move. This here is actually a 15% move that Bitcoin was going down in the overnight session.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, and well off of the session lows. So maybe that was it the final push? I don't know, but looks like that 30,000 level's broken at least for now, and until buyers decide otherwise.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
a
right
big
now
overnight move.
we're trading at levels that we haven't seen in 2021. So, I mean, definitely coming from 68,000 now to 28,000. I mean, that's a
Yep.
substantial drop. So, I mean, and that's where it's kind of good news, bad news, right? On the one hand, we see that everything is going down, but where's the money going, right? I mean, the money is not rotating. It's not flowing from one asset class into another asset class. It's not going into gold. It's not going into bonds. It's not going into crude oil. It's not going into cryptocurrency. So right now, it seems that people are stashing
Pile.
money under the mattress.
Yep. Piles on the sidelines.
Yeah. And this is where eventually these piles of money will come back in the market. The question is when. And right now, it does not seem to be the case just now. Because we also have news from Apple. I mean, big news from Apple. Apple yesterday going down 5% in pre-market trading, down another 2.5%. No longer the world's most valuable company. Did you see that?
I did, and there you have it right there. Saudi Aramco, uh, they have taken the lead here. Their valuation at the close, I think it was 2.43 trillion, which was converted to U.S. dollars to generate that. But they've taken the lead.
Yeah. Well, we see still lots of US companies. I was a little bit surprised to see the top 10. I haven't been looking at this at all. I was super, super surprised to see Johnson & Johnson in spot number 9. I did not expect that.
Yeah, or I mean, to be honest, even Meta's still in. I mean, they've been hammered. So
Yeah, they're still in the top 10 here. So, I mean, looking back at, okay, interest rates, right? I mean, we had, let's actually look at what happened here this morning, because this morning we had the producer price index that came out. And after the CPI data yesterday, everybody wanted to know, okay, what is happening here on the producer side? Because the consumer side came in worse than expected. And actually, a little bit of that was yes, no here. A little bit of good
there
news.
you go. Yeah, the PPI was basically in line with expectations. The core PPI, which again, the core similar to the core CPI, it's excluding food and energy, which can be more volatile. Well, they are more volatile. Actually coming in just a couple ticks lower than expected.
Okay, so that's kind of news. But then we also had unemployment claims, and unemployment claims came in slightly higher than expected.
Yeah, and of course, this is something to keep an eye on. But you know, at this point, week to week, unless it doubled, I don't think that it's really freaking the markets out.
Right, and this is also what we heard from Powell, what the Fed kind of wants, right? Because the Fed wants to avoid that now wages are exploding, and so they are okay if the unemployment creeps a little bit higher. That is okay, as long as you said it doesn't double or triple. That would be a surprise. So let's take a quick look of how the markets reacted to the report this morning. I'm jumping over to the E-mini Nasdaq futures and a 5-minute chart here. And we see that the reaction to the report has been rather muted. I mean, these two bars where we see a little bit like a seismograph, okay, going up, going down, and not a whole lot. It's like a mini earthquake in California, right?
Exactly. That was nothing, not a real shaker. I mean, it was to be expected too, because everybody was keeping an eye on CPI. CPI came in hotter than expected, and traders were hoping that could, was a little bit better. PPI, unless there was a big change, it was, nothing to get excited about.
Yeah, I'm looking at overnight trading. I mean, yesterday it seemed that at first the Nasdaq was trading higher, all three indices, but then again a slight overnight here, and right now looking like the Nasdaq will open 1.5% lower than yesterday. S&P a little bit hanging in there, 3/4 of a point. The Dow actually hanging in there the most with 0.3% down, but I mean all indices pointing to a lower opening.
Hey, Nasdaq down 1.5%. That's a strong start.
Right. All right. So we did have some earnings reporting. So we still have some earnings reporting, and one of the most notable ones was Disney, and Disney down 4.4% in pre-market trading.
Yeah, they reported mixed results. They reported higher than expected streaming subscriber growth, but warned about the COVID impacts on parks in Asia. So, with some mixed results there, taking a little bit of a hit. I mean, 5%'s a decent hit. 4%'s a decent hit. They also said that they had uh, better than expected increase in subscriber numbers for Disney Plus.
Right. So we'll see. I mean, at least they avoided the fate of Netflix because, I mean, the Netflix curse is hanging over the markets, who twice had a massive plunge of 15% plus on weaker subscriber growth. I mean, at least they say our subscribers are still growing. It will be less. And since Disney has a lot going on, so with the theme parks, they're expecting a hit there.
Yeah. When do you buy Netflix, Marcus? I mean, is Netflix dead, or is there going to be an opportunity here?
I mean, I don't see any support just yet. I mean, look at
I
this.
agree.
If we are zooming out, Netflix is trading at levels that we haven't seen since 2017. So,
Yep.
I mean, at this point, we're still falling. It came up on the wheel scanner a few times, but I'm staying away from this. I mean, it's pretty much like Facebook. Facebook is a little bit more stabilized here at this level, but Netflix still falling here.
And that's the thing. This is one thing that I've stressed with some of the mastermind members that I've had conversations with. Don't just buy because something's down and it was three times higher in 2021, right? That's going to get you in trouble. But if you're focusing on qualities, companies that are making money, showing net income, that are sideways and a little resilient to some of the things going on in the market, those are the ones to focus on. Netflix for me, not yet. Although I like Netflix, I just don't want to be a buyer here.
Yeah, not yet. All right, let's take a look at some of the positions that we have. So I have the first one here. Blackstone assigned at 110, right now trading at 96. So not able to sell calls just yet. So here we actually sold puts, the 26 puts expiring tomorrow. And it seems that as of now, they might expire worthless. I mean, a lot can happen, but MT trading at 27.42. So we'll see. We
Yeah.
might close these early tomorrow and then maybe enter another position. So that's going well. Nvidia with the overall market going down here. So assigned at 195 right now, trading at 166. That's really not a big deal for Nvidia here. Nvidia can move 6 or 8% in a day. So this might come back quickly. Haven't sold any calls against that yet. We'll see what the markets are doing today and tomorrow. TPR reported earnings, and they reported better than expected earnings. So we should see a bounce here today, assigned at 37. It's been trading as low as 26.50 yesterday. In pre-market trading, let's just take a look at the pre-market here. It seems that they were up around 6% here, so that's not bad at all, jumping up to $28. So we'll see what happens there. And then Visa, we traded this, sold the 187.50 puts, and Visa trading at 196, hanging in strong there. So they could expire
Yeah.
worthless tomorrow.
Yep. Might be able to close it today at 90%.
That's a good point. Yeah. And then we have another position open tomorrow to enter a new trade. And this is what we said. I mean, tomorrow we will do some live trading here with you. If you like the idea, make sure that you're subscribing to the channel, hit the notification bell that you get a little video in preparation. If you would like to know what exactly we are doing tomorrow, I'll link to a couple of videos here, especially the wheel strategy. Take a look at this video so that you can follow along tomorrow. And then we are super excited to be here with you for more than an hour and doing some live trading.
Happy trading, everybody.